Your 510K listing got suspended. Here's what it means, how to get it reinstated, and how to even get FDA 510K approval. Now you can see right here, this is one of the notifications that came up recently for one of our clients. And of course, they need an FDA 510K number. Super annoying, extremely difficult to get around and to get reinstated. It is possible because yes, we did get it reinstated. And our team was extremely happy. You can see John on our team. He was like, we did it. Super happy because it did take quite a long time and was extremely difficult. It took 60 days to get back and reinstated, even if you had a real FDA 510K certificate. Now, the average time to get these types of things resolved are 30 to 120 days. I'm going to be completely honest with you on that. Now, how does product removal occur? Now, so it's usually a keyword trigger or a competitor reports you. So if you're selling a product, it's usually a keyword that sets it off. Amazon's AI comes in, or it could be a competitor reports you. Now, an example of a device that received 510K approval and has all these terms, if it has medical, catheter, professional, incontinence, pelvic pain, pelvic, right? Things, if it has any of these medical terms, like this one that does have 510K approval, that's why they're selling it for so much money and making so many sales. It's because they have all of these different terms. So obviously they were removed on Amazon at some point and they got the FDA 510K approval, and that's why they can still sell. And that's why there's like no competitors. So what is FDA 510K? FDA 510K, Amazon pretty much thinks your product is a medical device. So the first thing you want to do is define what is a medical device. So you can go to FDA and pretty much say, what's a medical device? And it's pretty much something. This is the professional definition, but I'm going to give you the definition. It's something that makes claims that will improve your life, right? So if your product is something that makes claims and that could help your life, it's pretty much a FDA device. FDA could be a medical device, right? So if a good example, and if we want to do this, right? This one is external catheter, which actually goes inside you. That's a good example of a medical device. We're going to go through and kind of make it really easy for you. And this is a silicone dildo, right? Adult pleasure toy. This one is not a medical device. Waterproof realistic dildo. Not a medical device. But if you say pelvic floor strengthening dildo, it's a medical device. If you say vagina dilator dildo for vaginism and pelvic pain, it's a medical device. So the difference is how you word it a lot of the times, how your packaging looks, how your instructions look. So if I just say silicone dildo, I'm good to go. Silicone dildo for pelvic pain, boom, that's considered a medical device. It's really the claims. That's what I'm trying to explain. So I'm going to give you one that's not medical, right? So we're going to open this up. And this one is not considered a medical device by the FDA. Tracy's dog thrusting vibrator for woman. It's a vibrator, clitoral stimulator, a sex toy. I mean, you can kind of see. Now, this one's for personal pleasure. Now, this one is a medical device. It's pretty much almost, they do make a vibrating one as well. Pelvic floor muscle trigger point massager, perineal massage tool for pelvic physical therapy and pain relief. So those keywords, it's for helping you with some type of disease or pain, so this one's literally just for personal pleasure, which is completely fine. That's not FDA regulated. Anything that's a novelty for personal pleasure is not FDA, because personal pleasure isn't a disease or anything. Now this pain relief, oh wow, now you're solving an actual problem. So This one needs FDA 510K, and obviously they do. So I want you to just understand the difference. So make sure you update your packaging, your copywriter, your instructions. You can't have any claims at all. The easiest thing you can do is pretend that your device is a sexual device, right? Personal pleasure device. You can just type in dildo on Amazon and see what a personal pleasure device looks like and what claims they make. In summary, attempt to change your device to a sexual toy if you can, right? If it's just there's no way it can be considered a sexual toy, then you're going to have to get FDA 510K approval. And then this explains why FDA sex toys aren't regulated. This is from 6 years ago, but it's still the same. But to get FDA 510K approval, there's a lot of things. We've done it with one of our clients where we made a deal with the manufacturer where the manufacturer pays 50% and we pay 50% to get FDA 510K approval, right? So the client, the manufacturer, 50-50, pretty sweet. Very difficult to do unless you're already generating a lot of sales and then you just got randomly kicked off. Because now they're like, we want those sales, and they know that you need FDA 510K approval. This was one of these devices where you can't like make it into a sex toy. So NAMSA, NAMSA, this is the legit company that can get you FDA 510K approval. Actually, a lot of them used to work at the FDA, and their stamp of approval is extremely strong and extremely powerful. Now, how much is it going to cost? It's going to cost around $100,000 for FDA 510K approval. Now, it might be cheaper, it might be more expensive, depending on your device. If the device has a lot of electronics to it, a lot of instructions, it's obviously going to cost more compared to something that is just like a medical dildo, kind of like similar to this one. I feel like this one's not going to be that expensive. Now, it's still going to be, I believe, around $50,000, but that's still 50% off. Now, $100,000 is for the testing and the paperwork because they need an actual gynecologist to come in, and they need patients. They need a test group. It's very serious. You have to do them all by the standard of the book. And they're also going to ask for technical data. Now, usually the manufacturer can do the technical data for you if they know what they're doing. If they know what they're doing, you're going to save a ton of money, and the manufacturer can do the medical data. If you have to get the technical data, then it's going to be, again, a little bit more money than this if the manufacturer can't do anything. So, just keep that in mind. This is the FDA 510K approval process. So now I told you how to get around it, what it is, how much it's going to cost, right? And you can try to find people who are cheaper, but a lot of them are more expensive. And that is it for today's video. If you learned something new, drop a like. If you're an Amazon seller, highly recommend subscribing to our channel because we're giving away great content. It's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And if you want more Amazon videos, tell me what to cover next in the comments. And of course, if you need help with increasing sales, getting your product FDA 510K approved or reinstated, just contact EHP Consulting Group. Links right in the description to contact us. We also specialize in everything Amazon, such as account management, so we can make sure this doesn't happen at all when we're reviewing your listings. We'll also look at your customer service, advertising, and most importantly, focus on increasing your sales. That way you can spend time on just continuing to grow, launch more products, while we're just focusing on your sales and management. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO of EHP Consulting Group, signing out.